glimpse on how Kojima Production is pushing boundaries in game development and continues. Can you hear me? Okay, now yes. So we will have a glimpse of how Kojima Production is pushing boundaries in game development and continues to blur the line between video games and cinema. So before we welcome our guests on stage, please no flash photography, per favore non fate le foto con il flash. So without further ado, I would like to welcome our three guests on stage today. The game creator, Mr. Hideo Kojima. We will turn the light on. You all know him like Nirvana. Please welcome on stage Luca Marinelli. And finally, we would like to welcome on stage our Lucy from Death Stranding 2 on the beach, Alicia Young. Wow.
はじめまして。Ciao.
So we have, thanks so much for being here today. We have a lot to unpack. But first of all, I wanted to congratulate with all of you for the release of Death Stranding 2 on the beach. So, and starting from Mr. Kojima, how does it feel that finally your work of ages, like yours, it's finally in our hands? We can play with that. How does it make you feel?
今回コロナがあったので、
This time we had the pandemic,
結構大変だったんですね。
so it was tough in development in a way.
ルカさんもアリサさんもコロナの中でのスキ
Same
ャ
with
ンと
Luca
撮影
and
だ
Alyssa.
ったので、
We shot them during the
僕ら
pandemic.
も最初はリモートでやってました。
And at first we had to
ス
remotely
タッフ
do
と
it.
もリモートなんで、
Even with the
つ
staff
ながる
was
ゲーム
all
なのにリ
remote.
モートでやってたんで、
So the game was about connection, but we were working remotely, so that was really tough.
皆さんとまたつなぎ
But
直
now
したと
it's
いう
finished,
感じで、
and we're
嬉しいです。
actually reconnected with the audience as well, the players, so I'm really happy. Thank you.
Luca, how's that for you? How does it make you feel?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, buonasera, grazie di essere qui. It's wonderful. It's for me, it's a dream come true because I remember myself as a 14 years old guy, like playing I giochi del maestro, and so it's a real dream.
Yeah.
That was part of the dream.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. Alisa, how was that for you?
For me, it's just wonderful now to be here all together again at a reunion after we shot it, and to be with you because it's really like a warm hug, and it's really, really nice being here.
So we know that the game is about connection in a fragment world. So what does connection means for you, Mr. Kojima, in 2025? And how does this concept evolve through Death Stranding 2 on the beach?
DS1 が出て、
So I had DS1 released,
なぜかコロナが起こりました。
and the pandemic came in.
予知したわけじゃないんです。
I didn't predict that,
で、せっかく皆さんつなぎましょうって言
but
って、
I was saying, let's
ゲーム
connect
が出て、
in DS1,
その直後にコロナがあって、
and then when the pandemic
まさにテ
happens,
ストみたいな世界になって
it became almost like the
その
world of
中
Death
で
Stranding.
孤立しながら、皆さんもそうでしょう
But I know everyone was the same.
けど、
Everyone
続編を
was
作るという
solitude, and I had to
ことに
create
なったんですけど
a sequel during this
リモー
pandemic.
ト
but
メインで会社に行っても
everything
スタッ
was
フはいま
done
せんし、
remotely. There's no staff in the
ライブも
office.
なくなって、
There's no like
で
live
ほぼ
concerts
一人で
anymore.
企画するわけですけど、
So I was in the office all
で
alone
ど
during
んど
that
んどんど
time.
んその、インターネットはあったので、
And
まあ
since we had
メ
internet,
タバースみたい
that
な。
was great. We went into like
僕は東京に
metaverse.
オフィスがありますけど、
And I
まあ
have an
東
office
京
in
に住まなくて
Tokyo.
もいいっていうことになって、
And a lot of people started to move out from Tokyo as well because it was like we could all work remotely.
これやっぱりちょっと違うんじ
But then
ゃ
I
ない
thought
かと。
this isn't
人のコミュ
quite
ニケー
right.
ションってやっぱり実際に移
The
動して
human
本人
communication
に会って
is that we need to
その
move
間に
and
いろん
meet
な、
people
匂いもあるでしょうし
and you feel the
温度
sense,
もある
the
でしょうし
smell,
それ
the
を共有するっていう
temperature,
のが
and you
大切だと思ったの
kind
で
of feel that is what's
まあ
important, I
DS1
thought.
はつながりましょうっていうことだったんですけ
In
ど、
DS1, I said, let's connect.
あまりにもこうデジタルなつ
But
ながりっていうのが
this
本当に
pandemic,
それでいいのかってい
it
う
was
のを
all digitally connected. So I
問いか
thought,
けようということで途中で企画
was
が
it
変わり
really
ま
right?
して
So I kind of rewrote the concept in DS2 because of that.
And, you know, it's so fun. We are here talking about connection. Last year edition of Luca Comics and Games was about the butterfly connection, which means that a small event can change the course of the story. And it's really amazing that we are here on this stage for a butterfly effect, because you have watched Martin Eden and They Call Me Jig with Luca in it, and you decided that it was okay, that it was perfect for one of your projects. So what is the thing that made you say that Luca was perfect for the role of Nirvana?
ジークはちょっとびっくりしました。
Well,
ま
Jeeg,
あ
I
悪
was
役だったんです
surprised. He was
す
the
ごい
bad
俳優がい
guy.
るなと
But I
思っ
thought,
て、
what an actor.
でその後、マーティン・エディン見て、
And after that, I saw
まあ
Martin
映画も素晴
Eden.
らしかったんですけ
And
ど
the movie was
まあル
great,
カさんも素晴らしくて
but Luca was really good.
でたまたまその映画の、日本公開
And
の
there was this
手伝いをしたんで
release
すけど、
of the movie in Japan. So I kind of wrote a comment
ルカさん
about the
が
movie for
その
Japan.
担当者から僕のアドレスを聞いて、
And the publishing house said Luca wanted my address. And I got a message from Luca saying, I'm your big fan. Thank you for the
で
comment.
そこからですけど、
So after that,
ES2 の企画があ
I
って
was working on DS2.
で、前作の、クリフっていう
And the
のはマッツ・ミケルセ
previous
ンなんですけど
DS1 had
非常に人気があって
a character called Cliff,
で
played by
彼はもう
Matt
出せないのでスト
Mikkelsen.
ーリー上
And I couldn't
で
make
彼を
him
超え
come
る
back
キャラ
in
クターを
DS2.
出
So I
さない
need
とい
to
けなかったですね。
create a character that is much more
で
powerful
も
than
のすごく
Cliff.
悩んだんですけ
So
ど
I was thinking, who should I
ふと
cast?
ルカさんのことを思い出して
And then I remember,
ルカ
oh,
さんがおった
I saw Luca's movie.
で
There's Luca.
メールしたんです
So I kind of reached out to him.
でそこからです
And that's how we began to connect.
どうですかルカさんどうでした
So
ニール
everyone,
大好き
did
でしょ
you like Neil and Luca's performance in DS2?
I guess so.
なんかだから
So
僕がジーク見たのも運命みたいな感じがする
I feel destined that I saw the movie
当
of
然ジ
Jeek
ークは日本のアニメだった
because
のでそれ
Jeek
で
was
見た
Japanese animation and I was interested
なんか
because
そう
of
いう
that.
縁をつながりを感じ
So
ま
I
す
feel a special connection with Luca of how we connected.
Luca, io solo una cosa voglio sapere, una. How does it make you feel this? You know, it's huge. Like there's this. I can process the emotion for you because I know how much is important for you. But how did you feel when the first approach with Mr. Kojima about developing the character of Neil, and what comes in your mind when you got the call and you say you got to be in Death Stranding too?
Okay, maybe I will skip that part of how I felt because there are no words really, because I was so moved, and I will sound now like like this because there are no words. It's like it was crazy. I thought at the beginning it was a prank, like that's not possible. I mean, it's not. It's a fake news or something like this. But then when I realized that was true, I was like, yeah, we skipped that part. So it was crazy, really crazy. And maybe I never say really thanks to Kojima because of it, because I remember the day that he explained me the concept of the game, because I knew Death Stranding 1, but I didn't play at the game. but I knew it. I knew the name, and so he was explaining me how were like the world was looking like and all the thing. And I remember he was explaining me the concept that he explained before. And I remember I was so moved because it was so powerful. It was a message of love to humanity, and I was really, really moved. I remember that I say goodbye that time to Kojima, and I almost had I needed time to like to breathe it out and said, wow, what an amazing human being. Not also an amazing artist.
その時バンダナするとは言ってなかったです。
At that time, I didn't tell him that he's going to wear a bandana.
Yeah.
I remember that moment.
You remember
And
that
now,
one?
now
wanna
you
share
have
with
to
them?
do like this with a bandana. I was like, what?
What? It's the same reaction that we have watching the trailer. I think I screamed and wake up all the building when I saw that scene. I was like, what? Really? A bandana? So how is that for you? What it means
I
to
can
you?
make sounds
What it means
now.
to us? Like, you know.
It was like this. It was really, I don't know what it was, a connection with myself 30 years before. So it was like, wow.
What? Okay. Stop. Alisa, your character is incredible. We won't spoiler too much of that, of course, but how was the first approach that you had with Lucy when you met her? And how did you create the connection with Mr. Kojima in developing me and the character development?
Yeah, first of all, it was for me as well like a huge honor to be able to meet Mr. Kojima and to be able to dive in this world and this fantasy. Because, I mean, meeting a great artist is always so impressive, and it's really amazing. And then when I knew more about Lucy and all the backstory, I mean, Lucy is pre-game, right? She's not, like, she's in the game, but she's before the game, so it's an amazing honor to be kind of the base of everything, like, and I really was honored. And then we talked a lot, and I tried to understand the whole world and the connection between Neil and Lucy, and Sam and Lucy, and her child. And I think where I connected maybe the most is, I mean, she's a loving person, so she's love, more or less, but she's really, she has a lot of love for her unborn child, no? Even more for, like, there are these two men, but the child is more important. and I could kind of understand this, and I really connected to this and developed more from this point, yeah.
And actually, now we have a clip for when you went to do the scan for Death Stranding 2, a behind-the-scene clip. Can we see it? Do you want to see it?
We were working remotely because of the pandemic, as you see in the picture there. We weren't there in the location.
3年前
This was like 3 years ago.
Very emotional for me. So
That was Lucas' shock to see himself.
This is scanning, and we kind of it's not the actual costume, but it's like a reference costume. reference, you know. I wanted to have this reference for the wrinkles of the cloth and things like that.
So it was really intense. I was like, for you, it's a question for the three of you, Mr. Kojima, if you want to start. How was like, you were saying that you were connected remotely, so at the beginning you have to work in that. How was complex at the same time easy to work with Luca Alice?
最初、ピッチしてオファーした時に
At first, when I
一緒
pitched
に
an
行
offer,
きますから
I said that I will go to the
まあ
scan
セルビアで
session
撮ったんですけど
because it's in Serbia. I said, we'll go.
ただちょっとソニーさんのちょ
But,
っとあれがありまして
you know,
もう
the
行かない
publisher, Sony, said that we
リモー
couldn't
トで
go
やります
because
っていう
it's
まあルー
pandemic.
ルがあったので
So there was a rule that we had to do
もう
remotely,
行けなかったんですけど
and I couldn't
非常
go.
にそれがちょっと
So that's
残念というか
kind of, I was
本
bummed
当は
about
向こう
that.
で一緒にやりたかったんです
Ideally, I wanted to be there and do it together.
And for you, how was that, you know?
I mean, actually, even if we weren't together in one room, we could feel that Kojima was there all the time and saying hi and supervising everything. So we didn't feel alone, I think. I mean, for us, it was the first time to do a body and a face scan, so it was quite impressive. It's like doing yoga for hours, and then you do face yoga for more hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
you agree.
yeah, no, because she said everything.
You agree with your
I
wife.
remember that I had a back pain, so I was like really suffering some moment. But that was the only moment that we were apart. So because of the distance, but because of the scenes and all the when we played, we were together. That was.
And how did you two connect with this character? They're really complex character. They really have different shades, and really, I think, as actors, really nice to dive in the personality when it's like that. So, how did you create that bond together? I know you are husband and wife, but it's different when you are on set, right?
But it was helpful because we kind of like each other.
Just kind, not that much. Just okay.
And I mean, I think it's like with every project you do, you read, you talk with the director, and we try to understand Kojima's thoughts and try to understand the whole world. Tried. And then, for me, it was just like trusting Kojima, trusting Luca, and being in the moment and being there.
For me, the approach was like really like every other movie, because I met the director explained me his visions, and he presented the character, so I assimilate a lot of information, really a lot. Then, of course, I had to study a bit more, so I had to play Death Stranding 1, so I played it quite a lot.
Were you good at that? Were you good at that?
But, I mean, I was a bit, how do you say, arrugginito, rusty.
Rusty, a little bit rusty.
Well, arrugginito, but I mean, I was doing my best.
You defended.
I remember the moment that I lost the motorbike, I was very upset. No, but it was amazing. And then we arrived there. I never think it could have been something different from a movie. And so I was there, and for me, I'm always thinking, I was on set with the director, there were like camera operator, there was everything. I mean, the only thing that was different was that it was kind of empty, and we had to imagine a lot of things that we could also check on some monitors. Like we could have seen how they were, how do you say, renderizzati, render.
Yeah, render.
Render.
Yeah, render.
Yeah, render. And so we could have had an idea of our costume, of the room, but then it was a movie. We were following the director, and it was really a lot of fun. And the costume, of course, they were quite. Maybe you will see it. They were quite peculiar, I would say.
まあ、この ニールとルーシーの役はすごい
Well,
テスト2の中で重要なんです
Neil
ね。
and Lucy is a
つながりの
very
ゲームなんですけど、
important role
彼らのつ
in
ながり
DS2.
すごく特殊で、
The connection,
で
it's about connection,
ま
but
あフラ
their
ッシュバックの
connection
記憶の断
is
片
quite
が
special.
ゲーム中に
So the flashback,
散在するんですけ
you
ど、
get many
で子
you
供
know,
時代も出
parts
てき
of
て、
flashback
時
during
間
the
軸がちょっ
game,
とバラバラになって
and you see the childhood
でそ
of
こで2人の関係性を出
Neil
さないといけない
and
んですけど、
Lucy,
まあ
and
ハ
it's
リウ
all
ッド
mixed
であれ
up.
ばモノローグとか
But
ナレーションが入るん
In
で
a
すよ。それ
Hollywood
はしたくなかったん
movie,
で
usually there's a monologue
そ
or
の記憶の
narration
断
there,
片の
but
2人の
I didn't want
関
to
係
do
性
that.
を
So I wanted to
もう
just
2人に委ねる
recreate
しかな
that
かったんですね。
by the memory and the flashback, and I had to
まあ
rely
最
on
初から
them
不安は
for
な
their
かったんですけ
acting.
ど、
I
まあ
had no
現場に行っ
doubt
て、まあ
that they
打
would
ち合わせ
be
して
good, and I
リハー
talked
サ
to
ル
them
して
on
も
the
うこれはや
set,
ったと。
and we did
二
the
人を選ん
rehearsal.
でよかったと。
And I thought, oh, I was right on
非常に
choosing
難しかった
two of them.
セリ
It
フ
was
じゃなくて二人の
very
こうなんていうの
difficult,
あ
not
の
the
距離
dialogue,
感というか、そこ
but
で
the distance
表
of
現しないといけなかったんで、二人のトラ
Neil
ウマとか
and
も
Lucy was difficult because they had their own
非常にやりがたいで
traumas.
す。
And
難しいし
when I explained that, they understood
どうも
right
簡単
away.
にやってるけど。
It was a very difficult scene, but they did it so easily. So I'm very thankful to them.
Thank you.
And we might have a clip of that. Do you want to see it? Un po' più di entusiasmo, ok? Ok, vediamo la clip.
Welcome. Have a seat. Over here, please. No smoking, please. So you are Neil Varner.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do? For living?
I'm a porter.
So thank you. We're good for the day.
Okay. Thanks.
Neil.
What?
So you made it then.
Sorry.
You really don't remember me.
The girl. You're alive. Stop! 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 Stop!
Wow. Wow. It's not easy. It's like having all the arts together. It's like theater, watching live performance, and then you have the motion capture. So it's really incredible, and the performance. I mean, it's great. I have shiver, or, you know, also if I play the game. So Alisa, I wanted to ask you, you're also a director, you're not an actress, so you have the vision about movies on all the different perspective. Did this help you to, we have seen you have all the cables, all the wire and the dots, and you have to wear, something that it's hard to move on sometimes. So it's something about this experience that you wanted to bring into your future work. Did you learn something from set that helped you in the...
Yeah, I loved this experience. It was really, really amazing. And I think because I started as a child in doing radio plays. So it was just me and the microphone and my fantasy. And it remembered me because it was so much Kojima's fantasy joining like our fantasy together. And then, it was a bit like a theater play with this freedom of being able to feel everything, apart from these cameras in your face. These were a bit complicated maybe. But for the rest, I really felt freedom. And I really liked this. And I thought I want to keep this for all my future work, this freedom and expression. And I think what I really love about your work, Kojima, is that you really care about emotion and you really want the authentic emotion. And I think I do search this as well as a director and as an actress, so I really felt home and inspired by this.
Luca, same question. How was that for you? Do you want to bring something in your future experience? I think you were shooting in between, right? When you have to change also the physicality
No, that
for
was
the role.
the end. That was after.
Was after
I ended
M?
the
Okay.
M, and then the scan was before. Yeah, the scan
So-
was before, and then.
How was to adapt to also this, to have all the wires, and do you want to bring something of that experience in your future project?
No, that was quite funny. I mean, because you see how we were looking like. So it was quite
I
funny
think we are
in a way.
looking amazing.
You were
amazing.
looking amazing.
Come on.
I was a bit.
Right? They were amazing, right?
Grazie, troppo buoni. No, but something that I think, because, I mean, he's always laughing when I call him maestro, but is always, when you meet a maestro, it's really amazing to see something that I will really keep with me is the passion and the dedication. I think that's for me, it's really, I learn so much. I always learn when I meet a maestro, and I'm so happy that we could work together. That was the best things. Yeah. Grazie. Arigato.
さっきのシーンね、ルーシーと
So
ニ
the
ール
scene
が最初
you
に会
saw,
うシーンなんですけ
it's
ど
the first time that Neil meets Lucy.
僕はどうやって撮ろう
I was
どうやって
thinking,
感情を出そうと
how should I
ずっと考えてるん
shoot
ですけど
this? And I was
現場
thinking,
に行
how
ってセ
should I
ットが
make
あって
it emotional?
二
So
人
I
に
saw
来
the
てもらって
set
ここからが本番というか
and
ここから
I
が醍醐味なんですよ
was talking to
二人に
them.
二人ともアイデア
And
出
this
し
is
て
the
くれる
exciting
ので
part where
そこで
when I talk to
見ていくん
them,
ですよ
they give me a lot of
で最
ideas
初ニールが
and I
来て
construct that at the
椅子
start.
座るの間違
So
えた
at first, Neil come in
あれ
and he
ル
sits
カさん
down
のアドリブ
on a
です
different chair.
で
I didn't
間違
tell
えたんで
Luca to do that.
ルーシー
Luca
がそこじゃない
actually
よっていう
said,
ルーシーの立場はちょっと上なんで
you know, Lucy is a little higher because she's a counselor, so she said, don't sit
ニールは
there.
カウンセリング来たくなかった
And
そういう
Neil
のが分かるじゃない
didn't want to come to the
で
counseling. And you
今
could
度
find out by
ガチッと
looking at
タバ
them.
コを吸おうとします
And then
こ
he's
れ
a
も
little nervous,
ルカさんのアイデア
so he tried to
で
put a
そこで
cigarette in his
ま
mouth,
た
and that was
ルーシー
Luca's
がここ
idea.
タバコダメよ
But then Lucy said,
そ
no,
こ
no
で
smoking
二人の
here.
関係値が分かるんです
So you
でそういうの
now
を
understand
僕の
their
頭の中でいくら
relationship.
考えて CG でプリビュー作ってもでき
I
ない
was
んです
thinking about this and
で
making
二人が
previous, but I
スタジオ
can't
に
make all
来て
this.
一緒に話し合って
This is only possible when they come to the set
それ
and
が
we
できたん
talk
で本
and
当
we
にありが
discuss.
たい
And this was possible because we did this kind of collaboration. We can't never do this and just if I created it on CG.
It's all about the connection you make with the people, on set when you see in the eyes of them. And I'm curious to know, they are really complex character, and I know that you're a huge fan of movies as well. 70% of your body is made of movies, you say? So for the inspiration for the...
その 70% の半分ぐらいがイタリアンの映画
Yeah,
です。
70. Half of the 70% is, I would say, Italian movies.
Wow. And so, did you get inspiration from great couples in movies to define the characters of Neil and Lucy?
いや、そういうのは別にないんですけど、
Well, no, I didn't take any reference from anything.
なんていうんですね、
But
この2人はすごい特
these
殊な
two
出会い方をしてて、
have met very in a special way. I don't want to spoil for the people who haven't played the game, but they met very in a special way.
ニールが子供だったんで、
Neil, they met when they were a child. I don't know how much I could
ルーシーを
explain.
見殺しにしてしまう。
So Neil kind of abandoned Lucy
Lucy
during the childhood, and Lucy a little older than
あ
Neil.
の刻印ができるんですけど、
And
カニ座の
then
ね。
you have the mark on your
そこから
hand of
何年かして
cancer,
出会うんですけど、
and after
二人とも
years,
トラウ
they
マなんですよ
meet,
ね。
but
一人
both
は
of them
えー
have
見
the
捨てられ
trauma.
一
The
人は
other,
見捨ててしまったと。
the
で、ニールはそれ
one
で犯罪者
is
になってるんです
the
けど、
one where
で、ルーシ
he
ーは
abandoned
カウ
her,
ンセラーになってる
and
んですよ。
Lucy was the one that was
で、そこ
abandoned.
でもう一度出会
And
っ
Lucy
て、
became a counselor,
ここは皆さんが
and
考えてほしいん
Neil
ですけど、
become
一
like
緒
a
にメキシコ
smuggler.
に逃げようって言った時に、
But then I want to ask
あれはお腹
everyone,
の赤ちゃんのためなのか、実
when
は
they
ル
said
ーシーが
that they want to
一番好
escape
き
to
なのを愛したの
Mexico,
はニールなのかっていう。
is like, I
そ
want
の
people to
辺を
think
皆さんに
where
感じてほしかった。
did Alyssa do it for the
で
baby,
まあ今ま
or
でのいろんな映
did
画とか小説とか
you
自
know,
分の恋愛
Lucy
経
and
験
Neil
もあり
wanted
ますけ
to
ど、
do
そこまでの経験は
because
僕は
of
してない
their
んで
love affair?
あの
I have a lot of, you know, experience as well, but not like this. So they kind of created their relationship, their connection with Lucy
その
and
あ
Neil.
の DS2
So
の中で非常にそこは重要
in DS2, that distance between the two of them was so important, and they did it magnificently.
So I'm asking you if you have some reference, or if you, how it, like you take off your private life from the set on that, you know, the relationship that you have at home, but were you inspired by great couple? You know, it's a tragic story in a certain way, you know?
I don't have like famous couples as inspiration as well. I think it's more about listening to Mr. Kojima and understanding what he was looking for in the relationship, like what he was thinking that has to be there for the story. And then, of course, it's creating your own ideas and maybe as well memories. I mean, I think I'm 44. I already left a person. I already was with a person. So I have my own experiences, but I have experiences of good friends as well. So it's always for a role. It's like you start to collect everywhere something which could fit for the character. And yeah, it's not our story, so it was quite easy to separate this from our private life. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say almost the same. So how do you say? Sottoscrivo. I subscribe. I sign to it. No, but I also want to thank, because I think we played, like, in a way, for me, like two heroes, no? Because for me, Neil is a hero, because for me, a hero is someone that is just doing things because of love. And so I love this kind of character, I love this kind of relation. Of course, we use something from our love, maybe, because I really love to hug her. So maybe it was a good scene, that one. No, but, and it was also very, that was, I think that Kojima gave us also the opportunity to play together again, because that was the first time the second time that we met after a lot of years, And
A
so
different
that
roles,
was the
actually.
sorry.
Different couple.
Huh?
You were
Different
playing
couple.
Maria and Joseph.
Yeah,
and
but
Giuseppe.
that was
back
a
in
long
the day.
ago. a long
14 years ago.
yeah. And then after that, I played in her movie. Then I asked her to play in my play. So that was the starting point because of love. That's really important.
And I mean, you cannot. Actually, it was a beautiful ending. But what I forgot to say, that what I loved about the two characters is that they are so complex. I mean, we like them, we love them, but they are doing mistakes as well. So, and I feel a lot of love for human beings who are allowed to fail, and we still love them in a certain way. So I think this is a great aspect of Kojima's work, that these characters can actually be real human beings with mistakes, with love, with everything.
パフォーマンスキャプチャーって、
During
まあ先ほど見ましたスーツ着て、
performance
このこっち
capture,
がついてて、
you see the
こっち
suit
のデータと
and all these
このカメラで
balls
顔
on
の
the suit,
表情と
and
マイク
we
がついてるんで、
capture the camera,
要は
the
声
face on the
と表
camera,
情
and
と動き
also
を撮るん
the
ですけど、
sound of their dialogue.
あの
We
二人
do
のシーン
all
は
the
それだけでは
expressions.
ない感じがしました。その
But
魂という
when
か。
I look at it, they were not just grasping that data, but they had their soul in it.
これ本当の話なんですけど、毎回まあソニーさんのスタジオで撮ってたんです
I
けど、
always shoot this performance
まあ
capture in a
マッツが来たり
Sony
ノーマンが来た
studio.
り
There's a lot of
重要な
times
シー
where
ンがいっぱいあ
Mads
るん
came
です
or
けど、
Norman came,
結構あ
important
んまり似
scenes.
てない人たちがいて
But some
ですね
people sometimes are not really, there's like, the makeup people and things, some people don't really care what we're doing sometimes, but when they were performing, everyone came closer to see their scene and some were
テ
crying.
クノロジー的には
So
声
technology-wise,
と表情と動きしか撮ってないんですけ
capturing
ど、
everything like
そうではなかったん
movement,
ですあのシーン
expression, and
それ以
sound,
外のもうちょっと
but
感情
that
的な部
scene
分
was we added a little bit more, something we couldn't see was captured. Their emotions
二人のお
was
かげですね
captured, and that's because of them. And I want to thank you. I want to thank them because of their great performance.
And since we're talking about emotion, and you mentioned a bandana before, did you have the footage of when you told him that he was going to wear a bandana? Like the reaction that he had.
どうだったんですか？
Well,
スカーフ巻いてるじゃないですか。
he has a scarf, right, in the first
で
place.
まあ前作のにクリフのシーンが
And the
まあもちろん
previous
かっこよくしたつもりなんで。
DS1
あれを
cliff
超え
scene
ないといけないので
had a
いろいろ
real
アイデアを
cool
出したり
scene, so I
考え
had
たん
to
ですけど
top that in
ルカさん
DS2.
に来ていただいて、
So when Luca
現
came
場
to
で
shoot as Neo,
まあリハーサルとかしてて、
we were doing some rehearsals and stuff. And I thought, there's something
これを
missing.
いきなり取ってこう。
So I thought that
で思いついたん
maybe,
ですけど
grasp the,
そんな深く
handkerchief
考えてやったわ
and
け
put
じゃ
it
ない。
like a bandana. So I didn't really think much, but it went really well. I just put that idea out
あ
and
の
he
別
did
に
it.
スネークにしようとかそ
I
ういうこと
didn't
はなかった。
want to make it snake or that was not my intention, but it was just.
But you know. And Mr. Kojima, you had on set, as you were saying, Alisa and Luca, but there are a lot of also great actors in Death Stranding 1 and 2. And some scene, without spoiler, I know that you play the game, but we won't spoiler, but in the end it's like absolute cinema. Can I say that? Can I do the meme? So what is the best practice? Like, how do you make that possible, that to create that environment that you were talking about before among the actors to create this amazing performance?
やっぱり信頼関係。
Well, I think it's the trust that
特に
we
あんな格好
have
をして
to
いた
have.
だく。
Like,
っていう
they,
のもちょっと
I have
普通で
to
は
suit
ない
them
と
up
思う
in
の
this
で、
weird suit,
まあ
right?
信じてもら
So
うしかないんですよ。
I need them to trust me.
で、なんていうかその
And
ゲームの場合は
in a
全部
game,
のシナリオを
I can't give all the scenario of a game because I'm making the game, and it's we shoot at a time, so they don't know the whole picture yet when we first shoot. So we shoot in sequences. But usually some actor will say, will not feel comfortable because they don't see the whole picture. But I talk to them a lot, and we go out for dinner. And doing all that is to just make a bond and trust between each other. And that's the most important things. For us, it takes like 4 years to create. Like after we scan Luca or Alisa, the staff has been working on their faces for like 2 years after scanning. So you have to love these actors, right? So I always want to work with the actors that I want to work because of it, because it's a long process too. And the trust is very important. Not just technical thing, but that trust is what I think it's most important.
And Mr. Kojima, with your work, you always anticipated the present and predict a little bit the future. We won't ask you to predict the future right now, but what is for you, what video games should mean today? It's something that it's like they have to entertain, they have to make us reflect, they have to change society. What video games means to you, the use of video game in our life?
I grew up watching movies or reading books. And the world doesn't become a better place. And you feel like when you're a child, you feel so dark about a world sometimes. But for me, when I was a child, there wasn't really good role models around me. So what helped me was like movies. So I see the characters or the dialogues or the theme of the movie really cheer me up. But I thought that gave me energy to live on. So I want to return that, and that's one of the reasons I create games. So if someone plays my game, and after a few years feel like okay, I wanna live on because I played this game and it cheered me up, that will be the most happiest thing that I would feel, because I put that thought when creating the game. But there's so many things of entertainment, but the game is so, you could go into it, it's so immersive. And you play like hundreds of hours on games, so if I ask the person to spend hundreds of hours of their life and they are relieved with stress or whatever, that's fine too, but I also want to give them something through my game. Like, there are Luca and Alyssa's relationship in the character of the game, you feel something. And if you could use that in your real life and become happy, that's my goal. And of course, I haven't reached to that point, but that's how I think when I create my games.
I think we reached that. Thank you, Mr. Kojima, for sharing this to create. You did it, right? They love you. They say that they love you.
Well, call me big brother, not father, okay?
Yeah. But as you were saying this, and it's a question for the three of you, I wanted to start with you, Mr. Kojima. We were talking about how difficult it is to create art, to connect with people, to create something that is unique and independent. We are saying that we all here love video games and movies, and I think that the two industries are really connected together. So do you believe that to create something that is really has meaning and is independent, you need to self-produce it? Because we were talking about They Call Me Jake. It was a movie that if it wasn't self-produced, wasn't like being able to reach the public all over the world. So what do you think about this aspect for the video game? Jake.
そうですね。今、
Yes.
僕の時代はどっかの会社に入るとか。
In my days when I was young, you had to be in a
当然
company
開発ツールもありませんし
because we didn't have
機材も
any
ないし
tools to
一
develop.
人では何もでき
And
な
you
かった
can't do everything by yourself.
組織に入って
So you had to belong to
ゲ
a
ームを作ってます。組織
organization
に入るってことは、
and create a
そ
game.
のあるルールの
But
中で
if you're an
ものづくりになってし
organization,
まう
it means that there's a rule that you have to obey when you
100%
create
自分は
something.
出せません。
So you can't be
なんですけど
100%
今皆さんは
selfish creative.
デジタルの社会
But
です。
everyone these days, you're in a
まあ
digital
カメラも
society.
iPhone で
You
映画
have a
撮れます
camera.
し
You could even film a
編集も
movie with
で
an
きますし
iPhone. You could edit with your
ゲームのエ
smartphone,
ンジンもありますし
or there's a game
まあ
engine out there,
VFX も簡単にできる
or
んです
you
ね
could do VFX and
僕らの
CG
時は
making.
すごい編集機
now.
高かったんですけど今安い
In my days, the editing machines was like so expensive, but recently it's, you know, it's not so
で
expensive.
そうやって映画を作ったり
And
ゲームを作ったり
You
可
could
能なん
have
です
like a friend act and
で
you
ここ
could,
からがもっとすごいんです
you
よ
know, create your own
発
movie.
表する場がなかった
And this is the key
子供の
part.
小説を
When I
書いてま
was
し
a
たけど
child, there was nowhere to present this. So when I was writing a
僕の時
book,
は原稿用
I
紙
didn't
に
know how
手書きを
to
書いて
present or show to
まだ出
anyone.
版社に行って
You
出
write
版
out
して
on
も
a
らえない
paper, you bring it to a publishing house, and you have to negotiate, or you have to win an
今は
award.
自分で編集し
But
たもの
these
作った
days,
ものを
you
インタ
could
ーネットに
edit
載せると
and put it
世
on
界
the
中の人が
internet,
見れます
and everyone in the world could see
もう発
it.
表できるんです
So you could present something that you make, saying that I'm here, I'm creating this. You could shout out loud on the internet world, and that's a wonderful thing. And I want people to do that. If you want to create something, create, and you could announce and you could present it, meaning you could connect with the world. And if it's really good, many people will contact you saying, let's make a movie or whatever. And that's a chance that you have to take. And the era of our future is independent, is will be,
まあ皆さんの時代ですよ
you know, everyone here today is, you know, it's the prime era of the young creators because of this.
Alyssa, what do you think?
No, I think he's absolutely right. I think, I mean, even for learning, the best thing is to just do it. Like in doing, you learn so much, and you learn as well if you want to do this or not, or if you want to create something. And I think creativity is one of a part of us all. So I think it's nice that everybody explores his own creativity. So yeah, like I mean, your question was if there's just a way of creating art in self-produce. I think, unfortunately, often it's the way because of regulations, rules, and standards, and things, and people talking in. But if you are lucky and you find a nice group of people with the same vision, you can as well not just self-produce, but find the right people to do it with. But you have to be lucky, and it's I don't know the gaming industry. I guess it's really hard because there's so much time and money in it. For a small movie, maybe you can find a production company who's really willing to follow your vision and to follow the director's vision. But yeah.
What can I add more?
Well,
No, because everything is
Maybe
right.
I can add that I really like people who, like Kojima, do just say, okay, I will do it on my own because you don't understand what art is. I really, really have a lot of respect because it's so much work and it's so honest with yourself and it's so true, and I really love this. I mean, you did movies like this as well, and they are beautiful movies.
Yeah. And they gave start to everything. Like Jigs gave start to everything. And we were
that
talking
was a
about
movie
this.
that Gabriele self-produced, but also Non essere cattivo,
Non essere
Don't be bad. It
yeah.
was another movie that they couldn't exist now.
And there are two, I can say that.
No,
I know
no,
you are
but-
humble, but there are two of the best movies that we have in 10 years in Italy. So if
Grazie.
it wasn't.
But I think that, I don't know, maybe I'm just saying stupid things, but the most important thing is that we are doing something because we want to share something. Art, I think, is for sharing, is not because we are doing for ourselves. So please share, as Mr. Kojima said, please share and be brave, because we are beautiful and we are creators and we have to share. And then I want to, because it's my first time here and
Lucca.
in Lucca, and I mean there is this I love this community, really. It's wonderful, it's beautiful.
We speak the same language, even if we don't speak the same language.
Ah no,
like
pensavo che mi stessi
Japanese,
dicendo
English.
parla in italiano.
Ah no,
perché
vuoi parlare in
parlo-
italiano, vuoi dire italiano? Everybody loves Luca, and they say that in Italian. But this is the perfect example of how all the Luca comics and games blend together. Death Stranding is a video game, it's a movie, it's a art, it's everything, and we are here sharing this emotion and we connect. That is the theme of the video game. So
And I just want to add something, because there is a line of a song that I love that said, it
you want to
takes-
sing for us?
No.
No. Come on, I know
That
you
said,
can sing.
It takes guts to be gentle and kind.
Mm-hmm.
Quindi secondo me questo è perché ci sono, because I just saw elegant, gentle and brave people here, so I think it takes guts to be like this. Basta.
That's and unfortunately, we have to wrap soon, but I have a last question for Mr. Kojima. And through your work, you constantly highlight the importance of integrating all forms, as we were saying, entertainment, games, cinema, music, art. Why do you think it's still essential to send this message?
This is the first time I'm in Lucca as well. And
And
Italy has so much history and has great history and art as well, this country. But it's all connected, from the painting, Michelangelo's statues, and it is connected to nowadays games and comics. Because when I was a child, I was called like a nerd, and gamers were called geeky people. But recently, this has gone away. So be confident that you love games and comics. The art belongs to you now, to you, everyone. So absorb everything you love, and if possible, create yourself. And if you can't do by yourself, as you could have friends create together, and you present that, and people who sees might be a follower, they might be the creators, and this is all continuous. So that's why I want everyone to create things. Going back to Lucca, I was so surprised being here. Everyone, small kids to old people, are all cosplaying or in a t-shirt. They all look fun. So I thought this Lucca is, I don't know how to say, but I feel it's right, this atmosphere. So I felt like I want to come back again.
I guess you're welcome. I guess you're welcome here
Thank you.
I guess you're welcome here and every time you want to come back. And please come back. Actually.
Grazie Eva.
Grazie a voi. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Mr. Hideo Kojima, Luca Marinelli, Alissa Jung. Thank you for following the streaming online to be here. And I remember that if you haven't played with Death Stranding 2 on the beach yet, it's available exclusively on PlayStation. You will find it on the store, on the local store. And thanks. And we have time to take a photo together. What do you think? You want to take it? You want to take a photo?
Grazie.
Grazie. Eccola, eccola.